everybody, and welcome back. Today's question that we're going to answer is what happens when you choose the wrong therapy or therapist? There's a lot of varieties out there, and there's a lot of different therapists, and sometimes you might not pick the right one on the first try. So, what happens then? Let's talk about it.
Yeah, therapy is bullshit. That's the mentality that people can get from that. Because when you go into a therapist, it doesn't work out for you, and they could just be mean, and or they could just like not understand you, or they could say valid things happening to you is just wrong because of the beliefs that they have, or they just don't understand you at all because they lived a completely different life, and or it could just be the fact that you it's not that the therapist is bad, it's just that the therapy that you went to is not the one that would heal the right thing for you. So you don't see development in the thing that you want to see development, and that kind of puts you down. So so there are a lot of things that can go wrong due to circumstances with therapists and therapy, right? So there's a trauma that comes from that, because you would just build a belief that okay, this is just not for me. It's not going to work out for me. It didn't work out earlier. Why would it work now? And all those things. And for you to go to therapy, it's not just about something saying, but it does work. No, like there's actually there's more to it, because you can't go to therapy to heal the trauma, because your whole trauma is about not being able to go to therapies or being having gone to therapies. This is a tough place to be. I'll ask the therapist in a call like what to do here.
Okay. So basically, I'll tell you few points to know if you are in a therapy that is not working for you, or that is not actually working for you. So do you always think, oh, are you scared of your therapist? So this is a big red flag. Are you scared to go to therapy? Are you thinking of excuses how to cancel your therapy sessions? Or are you scared to tell things to your therapist? Do you think your therapist would judge you if you tell something? This is common. It might be in everyone, but sometimes this fear is extreme because you might have heard certain invalidating words from your therapist. Right, like Akshay rightly said, there are a lot of trauma. When a person chooses therapy, they choose it because they are very trusting, and then they want a very safe space to share their innermost vulnerable feelings. So when that trust is broken, and therapists are not always right. Some are unethical, and it is okay to tell, and it is okay to tell your therapist that certain things are not working for you, or certain therapy is not working for you. So and again, sometimes it is the therapy that is not working for you. Maybe the therapist is good, maybe they are very experienced, but the kind of therapy they are using is not working for you. So that also you can choose. There are different types of therapy as discussed in previous video. You can understand what works well for you and choose one. Yeah.
Yeah, and definitely have had this experience where I've gone to therapy, but the person who I was talking to, she wasn't a bad therapist. It's just that I wasn't able to address the problems I wanted to address by going to therapy. And I didn't get to set expectations ahead of time or communicate well of, this is why I'm here. So we kind of fell into a cycle of she would ask me about my day and I talk about my day, but my day was not bad. The things that happened that I wanted to talk about were not what happened today. They're things that I've been thinking about for a long time that affect me whenever they show up. So, not having that clear communication ahead of time, or just, the form of therapy that I was getting from her wasn't what I needed. But that doesn't mean I'm going to give up on therapy. I'd like to go again and find someone who's better suited to helping what I want. And in fact, that experience kind of showed me, what is it that I really need from a therapist. So it was a learning experience. And it can be tough when you find the wrong therapist, but things that you can do afterwards are to choose someone who's better, learn about, what are their degrees that they've got, although that's not the end all be all. Some people can have a lot of degrees but not be a good therapist. So maybe at that point you go for friend recommendations, family recommendations. Who do they see? How do they feel about it? And then, find people in your network if your insurance covers it, or if they don't, then what are some other options that you can do for choosing a good therapist?
I have a question.
Yeah.
In terms of while you go to a therapist, can you set, I won't have control over how my sessions work, or do they set it for you? So if we can set it.
It's all about the client's, preference, whatever the client wants. So therapist own, they might suggest maybe for another session or, this type of session, but it is ultimately the client's choice. They can terminate the session whenever they want, or they can choose a different type of therapy, or, whatever works, whatever the therapist is qualified for. Yeah, it's totally with the client's choice.
And of course, I do understand, therapists see a lot of people. In fact, like some would say, just about anyone can go to therapy for. Actually, maybe that can be arguable. Like, let's ask. You want to argue that tomorrow?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. See you then.
Oh, you're still here? Well, thanks for getting to the end of the video. Hey, while you're still here, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to get new updates when we post videos. Also, make sure to check out these equally exciting videos as well. Have you pressed it yet? Come on, you have 5 seconds left. 3, 2, press it now.